4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's going on, guys? I fixed it in your face. Daniel, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for the information I provide. It's free. You can help me by doing those things. Before we get started here, we're going to give our channel sponsor a shout out, which is Josh is the CEO. He is a whatnot seller. Very, very cool. His team of people are very awesome. Basically, he sells shoes for a fraction of what retail MSRP would be. They are basically, I would consider kind of resellers. And they do a very good job. I have picked up a lot of merchandise from these guys. They keep my feet looking very, very fresh for a fraction of the price of MSRP. So if you guys are looking for a nice set of kicks to rock, I suggest checking out Josh and his crew. If you click on his link, it is a referral link. You will automatically get $10 towards your first purchase across the entire Whatnot app, regardless of whether you spend it with Josh or anybody else. You'll immediately get that $10. To get kicked off. But I promise you, if you guys check out Josh and bookmark all of his shows that he has, I think you'll be quite impressed. He does giveaways all the time. Super, super friendly, charismatic individual. His whole team are very, very friendly. I've bought a number of shoes from them now. He keeps my feet looking very fresh. Without further ado, let's get to the content. What's going on, guys? My name is Daniel. I run the YouTube channel I Fix Shit. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for the information I provide. It's free. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's really simple. I bring a lot of good information to the table. That's your return favor to me of bringing this wonderful information is just I ask you to subscribe and at least hit the notification bell. Help me grow. Because like I said, we don't have to make this content. We choose to. So scratch my back, I scratch yours. Well, guys, this is one I've been wanting to talk about. I actually own 2 of these units and 1 of these. And I started utilizing these for professional work. It started off kind of as a little hobby for me, but then I realized I have all these crazy ideas in my head of things that you can do with engravers. And I started to utilize those things a bit more with my projects. And actually I have some really, really cool projects coming up with these that I don't think a lot of people are doing. And I've had epiphanies and brain thought triggering and all this other fun stuff. And we're going to be showing all of that. I make tons of videos with this type of content, as well as motorcycle stuff and tech related stuff. But these are fun. I've always wanted one. I bought one. I was like, this is really fun. And then I saw this one. I bought this one. I was like, wow, this is really fun. And then I was like, 2 isn't enough. So I bought another one of these. So now I have 2 Dodges and 1 GLYPHO. But there are some serious differences between these 2, and we're going to cover those today. What I really want to talk about is beginner engravers. You know, they when you read about these, they kind of make these things sound like toys. And I wanna really clarify. I have used both of these to do very professional work. Not only that, I make quite a bit of money with these 2 units. With the stuff that I'm doing. I even started doing engraving of jewelry and things with this. But anyways, regardless, all that aside, let's talk about these 2 because there are some slight differences. They both run the identical software and they both run the same mobile app, which is the Engraver software. The power flow settings and speeds are a little different though. This one has been much harder to tune, and we're going to talk about that than this one. There are price differences going on here. They both should have the same power output. They're both 3,000 milliwatt laser heads, and they both print the same size images. But I've noticed that with this one, the GLYPHO, unfortunately, this laser does not get as hot as this one. I think that has to do with the focal point on this unit. However, there's only one thing that I have noticed that it cannot do, that it just cannot flat out do, and that is engrave on ceramic. It cannot take acrylic paint and apply it to ceramic. The tip of this one does not get hot enough. It can, but it looks more like a ghost image. It doesn't look very good at all. And that tells me that the laser is not getting hot enough to bond the 2 materials, whereas this one, as you can clearly see, is very dark, very distinctive. It is on that plate. I can scratch hard and it's not coming off there. This has bonded to the plate. And that would be because this laser focal point is very dialed in, and this is reaching the true potential that it can. And I think this one has a lack of power. So I don't think this one quite falls under the category of 3000 milliwatt, which would technically be a 3-watt laser or a class 5 laser. Both of these supposedly are class 5 products. They should both be able to do the same thing, but this one cannot do it as efficiently or as good as this one. However, that is the only thing that I have found this one cannot do that this one can. So here's the price difference between these two, because these are starter model engravers. And out of all the engravers that are out there, these are the two most affordable ones that you can really get your hands on, get started, that are simple to use. They're already built. They're basically, you just have to teach yourself the software, and then you can get started. And that's what's unique about these two machines, is that this one is under $100. This one is $78. And I can brand, remember I was talking about acrylic to ceramic? It can't do that. But this one can do glass, acrylic to glass. As you can see, that is done with this one right here, perfectly fine without issue. It also does mirrors, so you can do glassware or mirrors with this one without issue. It does cork, wood, leather, plastic. Gosh, man, I really haven't. It'll do dog tags. Really, this can do pretty much everything this can do. If you can think it through in your head, this one can probably do it minus ceramics. This one does cover all grounds, okay? This is a little bit more of a precision machine, but there's also a big price difference going on here. This one costs $78 brand new, plus taxes and shipping. But if you get this from AliExpress, which is where I ordered this, this is known as a, this has been rebranded like 6 times, but it's probably most known as the K2 Engraver. I found it as the GLYPHO, but I think the reality is most people know this as the K2 Engraver. But if you go on AliExpress and you look up GLYPHO, this is what will come up, okay? Both of these units are roughly came out 3 years ago. And like I said, they're both fantastic little units. But don't walk into this thinking these are toys. They're not. If you get these truly dialed in and honed in, they can do extremely professional work. And I mean extremely professional. It comes down to you learning the power and speed to get things done. Once you get those two under control, these can do very professional work. I know, because I make money with them. So if you're just getting started, the two best engravers I've come across at sub $200 and under are these two, the Dodge DJ6 and the GLYPHO or K2 or Warfarm. There's a whole bunch of different names for this one. Like I said, K2 is probably the biggest one. But these are under that price range. This is a great starter unit to get you going, get the feel for it. This is a great upgrade from this one, because this one is a bit more dialed in, and this will do very fine line distribution and very, very careful particular engravings on small things. This one's a bit more of a blunt object. This is not going to do those very fine little things. This is more of a get started unit, but depending on what you're using it for, like me, with glass stuff, yes, you can make money with this stuff. As you can see, it does just fine with glassware, corks, coasters, wood engraving. This will cover all of that stuff. Mirrors, frosted glass, you can do all of that with this. No, these do not cut. No, you cannot make puzzle pieces with these. These are strictly for basically engraving on things. Okay, if you want to cut stuff, you're going to have to up your power. 20 watt, 40 watt, 50 watt, fiber, CO2 driven lasers, very powerful units. These ones are pretty much for just engraving things. All right, but possibilities are endless. Endless, even with just simple engravers like this. If you can think it through in your head, you can probably apply it somehow to this. Now, I have tried metals and steels and aluminums, and it doesn't cut into any of that stuff. If the material is painted, then it has no problem doing steels and stuff, because all it's going to do is burn the paint off in perfection. So if you have writing on it, perfection, right? But it will not actually brand into the steel. These are not strong enough. You could turn the power up to 100%, and 3,000 milliwatts or 3 watts is not going to penetrate the metal. It just will not do it. But for everything else, these are great. So if you paint the material first, the steel or aluminum or brass, whatever it is, you can burn the paint off of it and it will look very, very, very clean. But as far as leather wallets and all that, both of these will accomplish your needs without issue. But if you're looking for very fine tip, very small writing and very specific, straight, tiny little lines, this is your go-to. If you want your basic stuff, then this is your filler. This one can range in price. This can go all the way from $270 on Amazon, and on eBay around $150 to $200. And if you're lucky, you can find an open box one for $100 or under. Okay, but this one at all times is basically $70. It's sub $100. The internals on this one are very good. This one actually comes with some features I wish this one had, like an external fan on the back that sucks right out. So you would just basically open a window, and this is not a cooling fan. This is designed to pull the toxic fumes out and blow them out a window or down a tube. If you hooked a tube to the back of this, then you could totally just aim the tube wherever and stick it so that it gets to the outside as opposed to being inside your house. This definitely is a huge plus that it has that. It also has a fan on top of the laser head, which this one also does. This one has a fan on top of the laser head. So up here to cool the diode down, this one has the same thing. But this one has this faceplate that you can screw in, but for me, I like to pop it in and out. That way I can center my piece in the front real quick, get it centered, and then pop this back on and then start my engraving. Whereas this one just has this weird little like clip-on shelf thing. This is a strange, I don't know. I don't know. I've been confused about this since I got it. Like clearly it can go down here. I think that's why they did it, in case the legs are on there. You can pop it off real quick, pop it down there. Because these lasers are actually strong enough to hurt your eyes and burn camera focal point lenses. So literally, if you were trying to record what you were burning, these lasers get so bright, they will actually damage the sensor on your phone, and you'll start getting little purple lines in your phone camera. So be careful when recording. Always make sure that these guards are in front of it if your camera is going to be pointed at what you're engraving, because otherwise it will burn the lens on your camera. It won't burn the lens, it'll burn the sensor on your camera, and you'll end up with purple streaks in your camera forever. They'll never come out. Also, eye protectant. If it hurts your camera lens and your sensor on your camera, you can pretty much guess that it's going to hurt your eyes if you stare at it for any real duration of time. So, but the point is, it comes with these sweet little guards. I would suggest getting yourself some laser goggles. You can find them on AliExpress. They're about $3. That way you don't have to worry about whether you have these on. If you're working with these things all day, you can just pop them on. It's still, everything looks bright and vibrant. It just really cuts down on the light that's coming off of these lasers. So you could still work with the goggles on without issue. So both of these are fantastic. You've seen a bunch of pictures up in the corner here of work that I've done. I've done everything from people's Nikes to laptops to making plates to custom mirrors to engraving on knife handles to, I mean, possibility is endless, and both of these are under $200. This is under $100. This is under $200. These are the perfect units for getting started with. Also, I will include a power flow chart and speed settings chart that I typed up from tampering with different materials, so that you, when you get this, if you go into the description of this video, you will see a downloadable link from my Google Drive that will give you access to the speed and materials chart and power settings to get you immediately started, so that you understand everything you need to know right out the hole. Instead of having to take the whole learning curve like I did, I wrote up all of that information for you to help you get started. This one I'm working on, so when I actually complete that, I will put another Google Drive download link in there for this. But I have all of you are going to have to fine tune yours with the focal point. But once I figure out all the materials, speed settings, and all that, I will type up the same list like I did for this one, so that you guys can download that and you'll know exactly what settings to immediately put something at when you're trying to do a material. That way it's not a guessing game for you. All you have to do is dial in the laser focal point by spinning it until it becomes a tiny little dot. You'll see there's tons of videos out there to show you how to do that. But the point is, both of these are very, very capable machines for beginners as well as experienced people. The fact that I can actually make money with these is crazy. So they're not toys. They're definitely not toys. If you're thinking these are toys, they are not. Both of these are capable of doing professional work. So I will put a purchase link for each one of these. I will try to find the cheapest links that I can for you guys. If the links go outdated, there's not much I can do about that. I put out a lot of YouTube content. I'm not going to come back and fix a link if it's broken or if they discontinue the product. I won't do that. You can, at that point, you can Google search for yourself. But I will, at the time that I drop this video, try to give you links where these are purchasable for the prices that I have suggested. Okay, and I will try to find the cheapest links that I can for you, because obviously you're getting into a hobby, you want it to be as affordable as possible. Another thing I want to talk about before I end this is that your materials, guys, this is, you can get all this stuff from Dollar Tree. All of this was, these are $1.25. They work great for engraving. Go to your marketplace and look up free plates and cups. Look up, go to garage sales, thrift stores. You can get dollar plates, 50-cent plates, 10-cent. Heck, some places will give you a whole thing of plates for 25 cents. And that's all stuff that you can engrave on and have fun with. It's a cheap hobby. It doesn't cost much. Acrylic paint, you can get a 16 fluid ounces of black acrylic paint to put on these, to put these images on here for like $5. That'll do like 900 to 1,000 plates with one little container of it. Just, if you can think the image through in your head and add it to the software, then you can engrave it on a plate or a dish or a cup like I did, like this, or make a shot glass or put it on something like that, or a mirror. The possibilities are endless. That's all I'm going to say. Possibilities are endless. So anyways, guys, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. I hope this video helped you. These are the two most cheap, best available beginner and intermediate engravers that are out there for the price. Bang for buck, these two are going to get you through. You're going to have a lot of fun. It's an awesome learning curve. It's a great hobby. I hope this helps you guys. So smash the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Toodles.